Erev Shabbat Shalom. We're on the eve of Shabbat. Shabbat before Tisha B'Av is called Shabbat Hazon. And this year, the 9th of Av, the saddest day in the Jewish calendar, begins actually Saturday night. In fact, technically, the day begins at sunset, and Shabbat only ends at nightfall. It begins at Shkia and only ends at Tzeta Kochavim. When the stars come out, so there's about 40 minutes when it is Shabbat and Tisha B'Av, a very strange situation in which the Sabbath before the 9th of Av is called Shabbat Hazon, the Shabbat in which we have a vision. And it's technically called that because the portion from the Navi that is read is the opening of the book of Isaiah, Hazon Yeshayahu, where he envisions the destruction. But our sages believe that if you want redemption, if you want to not be stuck in a world of destruction, you need to create the vision. As a child, I was blessed to grow up in an amazing community in Montreal, Canada, a community in which there were many, many survivors. And one of them in particular, Mr. Schondorf, always said that the hardest day in a difficult time in the Shoah, but the hardest day was the moment of liberation, the moment in which suddenly the Russian forces liberated them. It seems strange that should be the best day, the day of liberation. He said, no, because until that happened, I always had a dream that when liberation would happen, all the problems in the world would be solved. Everything would be perfect. And sadly, it was only the beginning of a long, difficult process to rebuild our lives. But he never stopped dreaming, never stopped hoping. And in fact, I think that's an ultimate message of Tisha B'Av, especially Tisha B'Av for those who are blessed to celebrate here in the land of Israel. And sometimes you think, we're here, this is redemption. And you know what? This is truly amazing. I have no doubt that any Jew in any period of time for the last 2,000 years would in a moment, in a split second, be so thrilled to trade places and to be in our position. But at the same time, let us continue to yearn, let us continue to dream, lo lehitpasher, not to compromise, not to give up, but to have a vision of a society of justice and of love, where knowledge of God and where a kirya ne'emana asher tzedek yalin ba, a true stronghold for justice and for righteousness, not just for us, but for all inhabitants of this amazing society that we're creating here. Shabbat Shalom. May the Shabbat of Hazon, the Shabbat in which we create a vision, be a vision not only of mourning, but also of yearning, of Drishat Zion, of seeking out the values and the dreams that make Yerushalayim and Zion the touchstone for Jews for 2,000 years, and perhaps ultimately a message of peace and of blessing for the entire world. Shabbat Shalom.